Hi, Michelle here. So it's a little later in the day than usual, but I had appointments this morning, so I'm going to be doing the Ting 10-minute arms and upper body workout. I've already done a bike ride this morning. This one's a dumbbell one, and basically with the bike ride I've obviously done a wee bit of lower body workout. I also did do a workout on Saturday and I recorded it, and then halfway through my son walks into the room after getting up from sleeping in a wee bit and walks into frame just wearing his undies. So I couldn't post that one because he actually doesn't want to be on YouTube anyway, and even if he did, no, I am not posting it when I know that he's basically half dressed. That would just be inappropriate. So anyhow, weighed myself this morning, put on half a kilo. I'm blaming the small box of chocolates that my other son presented me with the day that he handed in his notice at work. He was celebrating. So yeah, I didn't eat all of them, but I ate most of them, and yeah, apparently that was enough to put on half a kilo. Either that or it could just be a fluctuation. It's hard to know. So I will weigh myself again later in the week, and if I remember, and see how it's going. I haven't had anything else. Basically, it's just been fruit and stuff like that. There's a piece of chocolate cake on the table, which I am not eating because not only is it got sugar, it is also not gluten-free, and it's got canola oil in it, which I try and avoid whenever I possibly can. Easier said than done, I know. So, yeah. Oh, and as well as that, I did spend some time replacing the mesh on our front security door because the old mesh had basically got torn. So put new aluminium mesh on it. So I got a bit more of a workout on Saturday from that too, because that was quite hard work at times. So yeah, that is basically me ready to go. Let's get this done and get some more arm power sorted. Okay, there's mine. Couldn't find my dumbbells for a minute. I probably should have gone with the slightly lighter weight one. I didn't realise the first one was an up one as well, but that's okay. I've only got 10 more seconds to go, so we will do this. Right, lateral raises definitely requires the lighter weights. Right. I'm supposed to be getting a phone call. Hopefully it won't happen while I'm doing this. Basically ran a different doctor from the one we normally go to because they're doing the booster shots, and I need to make sure whether they're actually doing them as hang on, we're not doing it yet. Whether they're aspirating or not. Because if they're not, then I'm going to have to send my husband off to where my son went this morning, where they do actually aspirate if you ask them to. I suspect they don't otherwise, like everyone else in this country. But I want to do everything I can to safeguard us. And aspirating is one thing that I can do. Okay, bicep curl. Pardon me. I'm going to have to give up the milk again to see if that affects the reflux issues I'm having. Okay, so change back to the lighter weight for the first two exercises. So this is a 2 kg weight, and the other one at the moment is a 3 kg weight. So at some point we will reach the point where we can increase this one to the 3 kg and the other one to the 4 kg. I don't know how long that'll take. But it will come. You can hear the wind in the background. That's actually out from our chimney. Because it's quite strong wind today, but it has been most of the summer. And of course the weather's been all over the place. I don't know how much of that is because of the Tongan eruption. I mean, we're not seeing anything in the sky, but I do know that that sort of thing can have quite long-ranging effects. It's like the year that there was all the bushfires, the worst one that they'd had in Australia. We had a much windier summer than usual. So it's just those little things that you don't think of that happen away from where you live can still have effects on you, even though you don't really think about it. And of course, with all the pollution we're already pumping into the atmosphere, the eruption's probably worse than it normally would be. Okay, so we're up to push-ups now. Which I am going to be doing on my knees, probably. So apparently have passed the halfway point. Okay, no, definitely knees. I can't go down far enough. Okay, so once again, this one's going to be on knees. So there's one thing I have noticed when I'm doing these. You can see that the muscles are going in here. So I'm actually seeing some definite changes. But we've still got the wibbly bit that falls down at the front. Okay, rear delt fly requires the 2 kgs. Believe it or not, this floor was actually vacuumed. Actually, you guys can't quite see it, probably just as well. It was actually vacuumed 2 days ago. But between the cats and the men, it is a little on the mucky side again. Okay, so back to press ups again. Oh, okay, so I am actually doing better on that because I'm getting down a lot lower than I was. Because previously I was only getting like a third of the way down while still being able to get back up again. Now I'm most of the way down. So hopefully it won't be too long before I can actually do proper press-ups. Lower back's just a little grumbly. Okay, so 2 kg weights, rear delt fly. So if I do this down slower, I'm actually noticing that I'm feeling it in the muscle that is under, sort of in that area. And I think that's the one that tends to get floppy when you get older. So that's a good thing. Oh. Cat thought about coming down for a moment and then decided not to. So that was Ray. Ray is the sort of slightly more timid of our 2 girls. And both of them will be turning 12 this year. Okay, that's it. Okay, so I am going to do a couple of extra bits. Because although, I suppose a bit of pause here. Because otherwise she'll move on to the next one. Although I did the biking this morning, I still want to do some more work on basically the hips and so on. So hip tilts so that I've got a flat back, and we're just going to do bridges. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So this is definitely working the butt, but I can also feel it working the lower abs. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, getting the burn, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, starting to get butt cramps, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, oh geez, 43, 44, 45, 46, I don't think I'm getting all the way up anymore, 47, 48, 49, yeah, oh, I can see there's a bit of a bend in there, 50, I should be getting, so that should be going up there, and it just can't. At the end, I don't know if I was at the beginning, but at the end, oh my god, at the end I definitely do not have enough oomph in those areas to keep that going up as high as it should. It's still working the muscles, they're still burning at the moment, not just my rear end, but this area is also feeling it as well, so that's good. It may not feel good in some ways at the moment, but it is definitely good. So yeah, that's all done. I've still got to do my hip flexor stretches, which I probably should do now. So it's just, yeah, it definitely needs it. Not as badly as it did last week. Last week I was getting a lot of hip pain again, but it's eased down again, so it'll be interesting to see what they did a blood test, ALA I think it is, which basically checks for inflammatory markers for autoimmune. So it's going to be interesting to see whether that has gone up or gone down since the last one I had. With the change of diet, I'm kind of hoping it may have gone down, but it's hard to know. I mean, at the end of the day, it may take longer, because I've been basically crap food free now for a little over a month, with that slight dip last week when George got me the chocolates. Yeah, I mean, when I say crap food free, we're still eating oven chips, but no longer eating the chips out of a plastic bag for afternoon tea snacks, and no more biscuits, no more cake, no more lollies. So all that sort of stuff has gone. So yeah. But anyhow, that is me done for today. I will be back tomorrow. Probably a little later in the morning again. I've got an appointment tomorrow morning, and I'm probably actually going to cycle to that, depending on what the weather's doing. I'm hoping it's not as windy tomorrow, because I had a headwind all the way to my appointment this morning. The first appointment, that is. But I need to get my cardio fitness up a bit as well. So that's not going to impact on my weight so much. Because it's the muscle building that tends to be better for, using up the fat. But I do notice that I'm not as sort of cardio as fit as I'd like to be when I am on the bike. So that tells me I need to spend more time on it. And I'm going to have to try and work out some way this winter to do that, because the winter before last I was cycling pretty much everywhere I was going, but I got incredibly bad, what do you call them? Basically, when the circulation in your fingers and your toes goes horrible. Chilblains, that's it. I got incredibly bad chilblains, to the point where one of my thumbnails, it actually interrupted the growth plate on it, and that effectively grew out as a second nail almost, and it was not fun. And I really need to avoid doing that again, because I don't want to do permanent damage. So I've got to work out some way that I can cycle that's not going to cause that. But I'm also kind of hoping that if I'm doing all these workouts, that may increase the circulation in my hands and feet and may reduce the chilblains anyway. I guess we'll have to wait and see, because I still had chilblains last winter despite not cycling. However, they weren't as bad. So we will see. Hopefully all this workout stuff that I'm doing will actually impact on that, because I will keep doing it through the winter. And if it does, then I may be able to keep cycling anyway, which would be good, especially considering the price of petrol these days. So if I can save a bit of money there, that would definitely be appreciated, because like pretty much everyone else out there, unless you're rich, there is never enough money. So anyhow, that's it for me for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.